Stout Explosion Spectacular!
Stout Explosion Spectacular? Wow!
Stout Explosion Spectacular?
Welcome back to Drinking with Craig and Roger. I'm Craig.
I'm Roger.
And this is Brett.
It's me!
So, 2 years ago, we shot a video that was just plain bad. We don't know what we could do with it. It's, I was super low energy, and we did one beer that isn't even made anymore that you can't buy, so why would you watch it? So we have three stouts that we thought would be interesting.
Yeah.
And Brett is, in fact, a stout is basically the only kind of beer you like.
I am sort of a professional, but not really.
He loves stouts. So
He loves stouts.
Let's just quickly try 3 more, and then you're going to cut any old ones, and maybe we'll be able to make something watchable this time.
Okay, well,
Serve it up.
the first one is Keep It Crunchy.
Oh.
This
Okay.
one has cranberry, cocoa nibs, oats, honey, pecan flavoring, and also vanilla.
Nice.
It's made by Omegon.
I love Omegon.
Yes, they call it a granola stout.
All right, let's
Ooh.
give me a bowl.
Good for those treacherous hiking trails.
Smells good. Doesn't smell crazy.
No, and it passes the stout test for me, which is if I hold up to a light and I can't see through it, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
So
It smells a little bit like the Highland Cold Mountain to me. Their winter stout.
oh.
I'm beginning to smell a little bit of coffee in it.
Nice.
It's a little watery.
Not thick enough for you?
It's like Guinness to me. It's sort of watery and.
Well, it's 6.5%, so it's like twice as much as Guinness almost.
But when I swallow it, it just completely goes down. Nothing remains in the tongue. There's no lingeringness. Does that make sense?
You don't like the finish?
It's very watery. It's watered down to me.
It's got a thin body, but
It's very thin. Yes.
But it's thicker. It's thicker than that other one.
Oh yeah, boy, that thing was like water. You'll see. But, I mean, I didn't think it was all that thin.
I mean, there's
It's
flavor.
not an imperial stout. So
It's not an imperial
super
stout.
heavy, which
It's not a milk stout,
I like it.
and it's got some flavor, but nothing that really lasts
You know
lingering
what?
to
I
me.
taste a little bit in here
What?
with those cocoa nibs. It tastes,
Oh, yeah.
I taste a little bit of Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
It tastes
I
a
would
little
say
like Coca-Cola.
that's I would say okay.
I
Yeah,
can taste a little bit of it in there.
there's a little bit of sweetness there.
Okay, you're not entirely wrong. Power of suggestion works.
It's like Coca-Cola with natural sugars.
It's good. I like it. It's got a nice roastiness on the back end.
There's a little bit of roasted.
This is more stout, less adjunct. So you're not just getting like a ton of other flavors. Like it really tastes like a stout, but it definitely has some nice little sparks of different things in there. But it has a lot of the classic stout flavors, in my opinion, which is a good thing for me.
Anyway,
I would say I like the art on the can more than I like
I love the art.
the actual drink itself. Look, we've got some crystal mountains and some severely spotted mushrooms and some happy flowers.
I like
They're like super content.
and
I like
I'm
it.
pretty sure that when we look at this, I think the cocoa nibs and the vanilla flavor are very important ingredients in Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I was gonna say I taste the vanilla kind of up front.
And that's why it reminds me a little bit of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it's delicious.
It's good.
It's
But not
okay.
your style. You
It's
like them
okay.
big. You like them big.
Well, what I like is when I drink it and it goes down the hatch, I want it to remain in my mouth too.
Yeah, you-
and this one just kind of flushes right through to
You want a
me.
strong finish.
Yeah, I want
Lingering
something
finish.
a lingering finish, something a little bit more not fatty, but more like, you know,
Something that sticks to your bone.
something a little bit more lipidy that sticks to the bone, sticks to the tongue.
All right, so I highly recommend this myself. I think this is a great one.
I think it's a good one.
You know, is
I
it
would
better?
think it again.
Is it better than an IPA? Yes. Is it better than
completely
Stella? Yes. Would I want it over Guinness? They're kind of the same to me. Don't
No,
know.
I'll get over there.
Our next stout is the Founder's Breakfast Stout.
One of my all-time
which
classics.
is, you know, a imperial chocolate and coffee oatmeal stout. So this probably has a little more body.
Yeah.
Well, that little bit of pedigree actually will probably make a lot of difference.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this since way back. So I haven't had one for a
Yes,
while.
please, thank you. I want the first pour.
But that was, yeah.
See, I can already tell looking at this.
Oh, it's thick.
As Craig knows,
Viscous.
if it pours like motor oil
Yeah.
or like the blackest coffee, I'm probably going to like it. And what I can notice here is that the head and the bubbles are extremely brown. That is
True.
a 100% good sign. When you get Guinness, it's a lot wider than this to me, and that's how I know it's going to be runny. This obviously is much more viscous.
Oh,
And you smell it, you just smell
Yeah,
it, you
there's
can
the
taste the
coffee.
difference.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm really, this is going to last in the mouth. You know, it's not going to flush through, it's not watery. I'm very excited. Here we go. Yeah. It's much more viscous. It lasts on the tongue. I can still taste it right now. Yeah.
It actually reminds me of espresso.
Yeah. Well, that's, you know, if anybody knows me, my signature drink is 4 shots of espresso. And as I was saying, is something interesting about this is not only do you smell it here, but as it gets closer to your mouth, I actually smell many more different things. Just before
What do you smell?
touch the tongue.
Maybe people would like to know.
We'll see. I get chocolate for sure. I get a little bit of coffee, and I get that little extra, that little extraness. You know what I mean? You know, when you know it's going to be heavy and thick, and you're like excited because like, well, it's going to last.
Well, you can eyeball it and see that you can't see through it.
Well, that is true. It passes the Brett test. What's the Brett test? 1, I can't see through it when I hold up to a light, and 2, the foam is brown.
So the breakfast stout is a classic. It's a stone cold classic in my book. It is a beautiful blend of big flavors that are just incorporated seamlessly to one very pleasing, awesome flavor. It's I don't know. I
Very
think it's
substantial.
It's substantial, but it's very balanced, and it doesn't wreck you. It doesn't like wreck your palate. It's just really well incorporated. It's made a really solid beer. It's not like a laser show of different dessert ingredients and things just, you know, blowing up in your mouth like some of them can be.
You forget stouts are my thing. So good. Okay, you can commence.
We'll keep talking about the next. You don't have to fit. Okay.
Here we go. All right.
I
And
finished it.
the third one is one that I just discovered the other day. It's from Terrapin.
You just discovered it?
Yeah, I was at the tap room and I looked up and I wanted to get a pour of it.
Second
but,
home.
I could only get it in a 16-ounce can, so
Yeah.
I tried something else, but I brought some home with me.
I haven't had one in a long time.
This is their 220 Reserve. It is a vanilla chai latte wake and bake coffee oatmeal imperial stout.
Yeah.
So we've got the typical wake and bake, which is a coffee imperial stout, like the breakfast stout we just had, but it has vanilla and chai latte added to it.
It's gonna be big. It's gonna be a lot.
I'm so excited. It has all my keywords: vanilla, chai, latte.
Chai is one of your keywords? You
Yeah,
love
I
chai?
love a chai latte. Coffee, wake and bake, stout, milk, imperial. You know. So I'm really excited.
And
Okay.
if you are familiar with Athens, you know that there is a coffee, a roaster called Jittery Joe's, and that is who made the coffee that is used at brewing this beer.
When I was in college at UGA, our dining hall near my dorm had a Jittery Joe's in it.
Does smell like
That's when
Indian
they were
food.
small. So as you can know, you're looking at it and you can't see through it. And again, it has a dark brown foamy froth on the top, just like the last one. So we know it's going to be better than the first one. Good or worse than the second one? Who knows? Already, I love it.
9.5% should be pretty bold.
You can smell it. It's way more, it almost smells like Christmas cookies to me.
Christmas cookies.
Like a gingery cookie,
Uh-huh.
a spicy cookie, right?
could
And
see
that's
that.
the chai probably.
I could definitely go,
Yeah.
I
Oh, I'm
can see
smelling
that.
the coffee now.
There's a lot of layers to this
Whoa!
onion.
When it hits you already, you get hit with a front of spice and sweetness. Immediately, I get hit with that.
2020 Reserve.
Oh yeah.
And it lingers. It does linger. It's good. It's sweet. It's good.
It's got a
Maybe-
finish. It is sweet.
Maybe too many flavors in it. Possibly.
It's a lot going
It's
on.
a lot more than the last one. It's
lot.
kind of like when you're like, you first get some spices and you're like, oh, I'll throw in allspice, and I'll throw in cinnamon, and I'll throw in cloves, and I'll throw in nutmeg and cinnamon, and then you drink it and you're like, oh, that was a lot. Kind of like this.
Yeah.
And maybe you threw in a little too much vanilla extract, which they say 1 teaspoon. Do 1 teaspoon. Trust me.
Well, I like it. I mean, I think it's very
It is
nice.
good. It's good.
little
Anything
much.
with tea and chai in it is never going to be my favorite.
Not
But
me.
for what it is, I do like it.
It's good.
There's a lot of layers to peel in this onion. Like,
I would choose this over a lot of things. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And it lingers in the mouth. You remember what I'm talking about?
oh yeah.
When it lingers in there, I like that it kind of
I
stays.
actually thought that the breakfast stout had a heavier body and
It does.
a more powerful finish.
It does, and it actually has more appealing taste.
I agree. The breakfast stout is my champion of this particular these three. And what have you brought?
Well, I thought today we'd try a couple of stouts.
Excellent.
And the first one is Share This, so I hope we will.
It's almost guaranteed.
All right. This is produced by the brewery, which is in Orange County, California, in the parent town of Placentia, California.
And a little bit actually goes to a charity. Also, $1 for each bottle is given to Food Forward, which donates fresh produce to hunger relief agencies in Southern California, including Orange County. So you can feel a little bit good about the bottle outside of the good that it makes you feel. Normal.
Well, I hope we'll feel a lot better after we have some of it.
I do too. I really need I need some kind of a boost here. I'm flagging.
Now, you're sure I have to use this.
Yes.
Notice it is not really a baseball. It is an opener.
That would have been clear, but okay.
All right. Well. Smells nice.
It does.
I
Get the chocolate?
Oh yeah, a little bit of the chocolate and a lot of malt is what I no, not much orange.
Yeah, no orange. I'm gonna give it a
They
little.
should have more orange if they're from Orange County, I would think.
Come on, live up to the name. All right. This is a 2017 edition. You've had this for a while.
Yeah.
That's probably why we don't taste the orange. A lot of the adjuncts like that, the flavors, the taste kind of break down or diminish over time. So I'm guessing that's why the orange isn't so prominent.
But other than that, it's a very nice. Nice taste.
Have you seen this since you bought this several years ago?
Yeah.
Have you seen it again since then?
No.
I wonder if they've made it again. I don't know. Somebody, if you're interested, you could look at find out.
If you can find it, I would say buy it. If you like stouts.
Do you remember how much it was?
I think it was about $15.
That sounds about right. And it's pretty strong too. This is a 10. It's a little over 10% alcohol, I believe, 11%. So it's got some heft to it, and it definitely ages well. That's for sure.
You know, a week or two ago, I was in Aldi, and sometimes you have to wait in line because anyway. So I was there, and they had this big display of stout, and here's one of them.
Okay, and all
It
these
is
stout.
McGuire's Stout. And I looked at this and, okay, it's not anything I've recognized before, but the way it's laid out made me think that it would be like a Guinness.
Yeah, I would see. That's fair.
Yeah, I would say, okay, and it was $7, you know, a 6-pack, which, you know,
Pretty good.
pretty good. So, shall we try it?
Yep. Let's give it a whirl.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. How strong is this?
About 4.5.
4.5%. Why didn't we drink this first? Because I don't think we're going to taste it. I have to share this. Oh, well. You know?
Okay.
Cheers. Let's see. It's got a nice roasty smell to it.
It does indeed.
Got a nice nose. Well, kind of.
It certainly tastes malty like a stout.
Yeah. I was gonna say it kind of tastes like a iced coffee, like a roasty water.
Well, they call it a draft stout, stout. Okay, and it's produced and bottled by State of Brewing in Milwaukee.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, well, that's another part of the world from where we are, so we wouldn't. But I think it is a nice beer.
Yeah, it is definitely not bad.
So if you're in Aldi and you want something that is a little bit heavier than their IPAs, I would recommend you get that. But if you look at it in the light compared to the Share This, you notice you can actually see through the McGuire's, and you cannot see through the Share This. And what that really means is what we can taste, that it may taste like a typical stout, but it doesn't have the body of a traditional stout. It's light enough that I would say, I would maybe put it in the category of a porter that sort of tastes like a typical stout, but it's about like that.
Even a lighter body than most porters. I mean, it's really thin, on the thin, you know, to the tongue, thin body. But it does have a nice, like I said, roasty flavor. So kind of like a Guinness. It doesn't have nearly as thick a body of a Guinness either, but it does have some of those same flavors.
And you can get 2 6-packs of this for the price of one of these, if that matters. Yeah, I don't know, but anyway. But yeah, if you want something that's a little more thirst quenching than the average stout,
yeah, I could see it. Yeah,
then this might be a good choice for you.
I could see that. And then if you want to celebrate and you want something pretty special, to Share This. Good choice.
So.
If you can find it. Oh yeah.
So I think we recommend both.
If you're looking for something, like you said, lighter, but still has a good amount of flavor to it, then the McGuire's is a pretty good choice. If you happen to be
and sweet, not highly hopped.
No, not at all.
So it's a good choice under those circumstances.
The one that we talked about 2 years ago that we may or may not have already seen at this point in the video was also really good. But
McGuire's?
No, not Share This or Share That.
Oh, you mean Share This?
Share This,
okay.
Yeah. So the brewery Share This was similar to these, if memory serves. But I think between all of them, Founder's Breakfast Stout is my pick of our Stout Explosion.
Yeah, I would agree with Craig. Gold medal goes to Founders. Silver, which is, it's not close. It's like a wide silver distance, would go to the Terrapin. And then
the bronze,
kind of way in last place, like barely bronze. I would say probably mixed with tin a little bit is that one.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, that means I can drink the rest of this, right?
Absolutely.
Because you can't, because for me, here's the gold. Here's the silver.
No.
And there's the bronze.
No.
Sorry, y'all.
This crunch.
I really like this.
This crunch is empty. It's hollow. It's like one layer of crunch, and you're like, "Where's the filling?"
There's no room for subtlety in your world. This is a good beer. This is very good.
Well, the thing that I think we really need to come to the decision.
The McGuire's comes way last, though.
Way last. Well, yeah, but as far as taste goes, the McGuire had the most traditional.
Yeah, but there's just so little of it. All the McGuire's had was the
taste
and the body of a porter, if that. You know.
Oh yeah, very watery, and it had
port wine.
just roasty. But I think that same roasty flavor of the McGuire's you're talking about is there in spades in this breakfast stout. It's just there's lots of other things conflicting.
Well, while bronze and silver are debatable, we can all agree.
What do you think?
This is number one.
Yeah, the breakfast stout is great.
Undeniable.
I kind of like this one as well as this one. So
you put them right there like this,
something like that.
I don't know.
But the thing is, we have to realize that when you see a bottle that says it's stout, you can't assume that it's going to be a very full-bodied drink.
Not all the time.
I would agree.
It should be. 9 times out of 10, it will be.
But if it says Imperial Stout on it, then it has more alcohol, and the way you get more alcohol is to put more malt in it.
Yeah, you're in the ballpark with Imperial. Whenever I say, "Do you have a stout?" Man, we have Guinness. I'm like, Guinness to me is water. It's water. It's straight up dyed water. Like, it might as well just have coffee. So, as my dad said, when you get the Imperial name, if you like that lingering taste, that motor oil, if you could pour it into your car and your car would run, we're in the ballpark.
Okay. So the winner of the 2022 Stout Explosion Championship is Ronda's Breakfast Stout. Thank you.
Ronda's Breakfast Stout. Winner.
Cheers. Bye. Cheers. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Well, I think we're coming to the end of another episode, and if you like us, please subscribe, and we welcome any comments.
Yeah, let us know if you've had either and what you think. We'll see you later.
Take care.
Cheers.